Hello, this is Ryan from Twin Ports Pickers, also known as the Duke of Digging. I'm the guy in your area that wants to dig in your barn, basement, attic, back sheds, throughout the house, in the top drawer, anywhere you will let me. Mostly looking for antiques, anything cool, strange, weird, or something I just think is awesome. And yes, this is what I do for a living full time, strange but true. So welcome to my weekly episode where I'm basically just showing you some cool stuff I picked up from my travels. Also like to educate you just a little bit throughout the video if you are a beginner or someone trying to get their side hustle resale on. If I can pass on some tips, what I buy, what I don't buy, my wins, my losses, and it brings you value or help in any way, that's why I started doing these videos in the first place. Adventures this week, I was down in Anoka going through a great carriage house. Just a really super old property, just loving it. Brooklyn Park, going through a couple garages and some storage units up in Cloquet. And then I even hit some garage sales throughout Hermantown, found some cool stuff. All made for a great week. Let me flip this around and show you what I picked up. Right off the bat, you got the Mobile One oil drums. These are great to put garbage bags in for the man cave, decor. People turn those into lights and stuff, whatever. You got the big broad axes. Those are always good. This is a little rusty crusty. I like finding them, but shine them up a little bit. This one must be for some specific reason because it has just an odd shape. Got some early police badges. Northern Pump Company. Those might be pretty good. I don't know if I've ever seen those before. Got the brass bucket. That weighs all 30 pounds. Probably the heaviest bucket I've ever had for that size. Kind of neat. Corvette. Porcelain sign. I think it must be foreign because, you got the bald head. You got the scraggly feet. Carrying something under his arm. Almost looks like a burglary. Just running. So I don't know what the head is trying to advertise or make you watch out for. But then the patching. That's a porcelain sign too. That must be from something. And then saving for my church. All right, guys, my picker friends, start laying into me. Yeah, I'm buying Care Bears. This is just a cool display. It's animatronic. I push that button, but it plays for about 10 minutes. They sing, they dance. Who doesn't need a Care Bear singing, dancing store display? It's cool. All right. You got the crockery, the 12, the 2. 2s are some of the best sellers. I always tell you that. And I don't buy them with cracks. If I do, it's my mistake. I'm always trying to check them out. You got the big lure display. And then Pyrex. I just bought this little slotted dish because I don't know if I've seen that maybe Starburst pattern before. Probably has no more extra value, but this one does. I love this. Smoked Nickel King cigars. Cardboard early. Almost has like a smalt paint to it. But that is a good sign. Probably even the original little hanger there. Pretty cool. You got the little gardening seat. Couple little cast iron bulldog. Oh, this is really cool. I love old pharmacy, the old quackery, Crane's pills for the kidney and the bladder.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
And they actually, look at those. Yeah, that just, many people died from taking those dosage. Yeah, right. And actually, there's actually some really cool information inside the boxes on how to use them and advertising. So pretty neat. Guitar, I think I have a guitar in every video. Find them everywhere. You got the Schlitz, you got the Federal, you got the little railroad crossing, kind of switch light, seltzer bottles. Those are always kind of fun. Some advertising can be really good. This is probably one of the neater pieces of the week. The glare isn't going to do it well, but it's a Confederate loan, kind of maybe like a war bond. Super. This thing is, well, it's early, 1868. But what a great piece. And then this was in that house too, a carriage house, 1886. Happy New Year. I'm sure that was an amazing year. Here it is. You know what? Maybe I should try to find that. But just last week, I was telling you about Cutco. And I said, got to look out for garage sales. Sometimes they're just $5 sitting there. Hermantown garage sale, $5. That is almost unbelievable. But that's probably $100 set there for $5 sitting there at a garage sale. Know what these are? Cutco knives. You're like, if you're a pro, obviously you know these, but a lot of people, these are always just sitting around at garage sales for $5. You'd be surprised how many I've picked up for that. But definitely some of the bigger sets can bring huge money. Corningware, new old stock in the box. That stuff can be really good. That old vintage dishware. You got my Corky the Pig. In case you didn't know, for my beginners, this is called a rocker can. This one is super rough, but it's probably still a $30, $40 can. You put decent, there's some graphics usually on both sides here. You put decent graphics on that, it bumps it to a few $100, and you put awesome graphics on it in great condition, then in the thousands. So definitely I'd buy these anytime reasonable, even if they look like that. Let's see, you got some Red Dog mirrors. You got the coffee little grinder there, and you got my little Nutty Nathan knicker stopper, my little squirrel. Love that little bugger. And then let's see, kind of a neat little bicycle moped. Then you got this is just a box, but it's an underwear box. This is early, just like the graphics on a little guy walking the sheep. Here's what I'll be on the lookout for. Anytime you find these early Walkmans, new old stock, not even open, especially Sony, I bet you this is a good one. And that was a garage sale find in itself. There's the 275 Coleman. That is called the Turd. A couple rotary phones. Remember, if you find any rotary phones with the bright colors, the oranges, the pinks, the blues, the greens, those are really good. Great piece of stained glass. Rose, probably at least 3 feet, but that is a good one. It's already in this little crate back there, as you can see. Then you got the pink opal essence. That is a really nice kind of a just little candle 3-piece set. Let's see what else we got here. I don't. These ain't that old. I just bought them because they were just kind of neat, and I was there. Doesn't that look like little Debbie from the snack cakes? And he is just as surprised as I am. Look at him, little Timmy with his ice cream cone. And then you got that sign says it all. Then the wood planes, just really nice condition. This is what I'm looking for. We ain't got to really clean much, but wood planes, sometimes the bigger the better, and sometimes the smaller the better. Then you got some knives and some little hatchet there, probably an East Wing crate. Maryland, probably the coolest chair I've bought in a long time. Just an old dentist chair. This top here, if you can see, it kind of swings any which way, so we can turn around, grab extra utensils or whatever that pick stuff is that makes your mouth feel great. Then this kind of extends out and goes in. I don't know, that just has a cool look to it. How many of those you got just laying around? Then you got the Coca-Cola roll-around rack, and then some crates. So I think I covered kind of all the basics. Van is still half full, and then there's just a ton of little smalls and totes. So I picked up a few pieces this week. Kind of like all the stuff I like to buy anyways. Beautiful day for picking, beautiful week. 'Tis this season. I got 2 weeks, 2 weeks, geez. 2 days left in May. If you go back to the main page, my phone number is there. I think it's a Tuesday and a Wednesday, but we can schedule into June. Always looking to see, unless you are really close. If you're in the Twin Ports, the Superior area, Cloquet, I can always kind of make something happen in the evenings when I get back from other appointments. So really appreciate you watching. If you go back to the main page, my phone number is there. You can just ask me questions, text me pictures. I'll tell you what I think. If I can help you, I definitely will. We'll see you on the next episode.